So today YouTube, welcome back to another video. I have just arrived in Kampot and I have no plans. So let's head into the city and see what's going on. So typically I like to head right towards the market, but it's already past 5 o'clock. So I think I'm going to skip the market and head straight for a bar. I made my way towards the old market area and I wasn't really sure what to expect because the last time I was here was over 5 years ago and we only stopped by for a brief moment. But when I arrived immediately, I was a little bit shocked. There were just nothing but girly bars here. Ayana Spicy Bar. That one says Darling Bar, 3 Fun Sister Bar, Lucky Cat Bar, Honey Honeymoon Bar, Cool Girl Bar. I'm not entirely sure, but it looks like these are girly bars. I shit you not, that was only a quarter of them that I just mentioned. There's plenty more to choose from if that's your thing. For me, no, not really. I'm having a Cambodia beer at the Bay, which is basically the quietest bar I found walking up and down the street. It's still really early, so I think most places only start picking up later because I see a lot of signs open from 5 p.m. to 5 a.m. So if that gives you any indication of what type of town this is. I almost feel like it's a cross between Siem Reap and Battambang. So I've heard from several people and read online in different places that Kampot is not the same place it used to be, and I think a lot of it has to do with what happened in Sihanoukville with the Chinese coming in and just overbuilding everything. It pretty much forced all of the expats from that Sihanoukville area down into Kampot, and I guess you can figure out what happens next when you have a bunch of greasy old expats that are looking to solicit young women. The things are just going to change here. The quaint little town of Kampot pretty much transformed into this haven for sex tourism and debauchery. During the day it's not really too bad, but the moment the sun goes down, man, does the scene change. And I wish I could show you the pictures, but honestly I didn't feel comfortable filming these guys because I'm sure they would come over and stab me. So I just put the camera down, drank my beers, and then went out looking for something to eat. Right next to the old market, there is a park with street food vendors surrounding it. Most of them only open up at night. I found this vendor making cocktails, had a chat with her, found out she was from Battambang, and I had a few drinks here, then ordered some mee cha from the stand next to her. Mee cha or fried mama noodles is probably one of my favorites when I'm traveling. It's really cheap, it's very safe to eat, and of course it's delicious. But I had a few more drinks and enjoyed some nice conversation with the patron that was sitting there. And that pretty much concludes my first night in Kampot. So this is the hotel I'm staying at, Square Kampot. Just gonna show you around, it's nothing special. Pretty basic but clean and newer hotel. The main criteria for me when I was selecting this hotel was the Wi-Fi. And I didn't really want to be close to all the action. I just didn't want to be tempted to hang out all night, which it ended up happening anyway. I got in probably around probably like 3 a.m. But let me tell you, the Kampot nightlife is kind of sketch. There's a lot of greasy looking expats that hang out down at the bar. But I did end up talking to a nice bar owner. But anyway, back to the hotel. We're up here on the rooftop. And that's probably the best thing about this hotel. They also have a free breakfast, and that's pretty much it. Like I said, my main criteria here was just the Wi-Fi, and also that it was clean. You can see here the rooftop bar. It's gorgeous up here. Too bad every night I've been here it's rained. Now, this is my room. Nothing special. It's clean. It's pretty spacious. I think I paid about $30 per night on booking.com. Nice comfortable bed, lots of lighting. There's a desk slash storage. Blah 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 blah. Anyway, it's just a standard room, nothing to write home about. Clean and close enough to the action, but far enough away that I could actually get some work done without being disturbed. But there are a lot more options in town. Some really nice resorts and bungalows and homestays. So Do I recommend this place? Yeah, I guess if you need to do some work. But if you have a moto, there's some really nice options for about the same price. So do a little research before you go. Don't do what I did and just look on Booking for the best deal and the best Wi-Fi. That's pretty much it. Unfortunately, there's no swimming pool, and the hotel grounds is very small. There's a parking lot though, so it's great if you are renting a moto or a car, or if you're bringing a car here. It's not too far away from the Riverside area, but it would make for a long walk. So keep that in mind if you're looking to book a hotel like this. But there you go, that's pretty much it. The Square Hotel in Kampot. I'd say out of 5 stars, I'd give this like a 4.0, mainly because the staff is just really helpful. Other than that, it's pretty average, and for what it is, it's kind of pricey. If you're visiting Kampot for more than a few days, I highly suggest renting a motorbike. It's cheap and a great way to explore the city as well as the countryside surrounding it. But I picked up my motorbike the next morning and headed south towards Koh Trauey, which means Fish Island. But I found out that's not correct. It's not Koh Trauey, it's Koh Trauey, which means dead end. Okay, so Fish Island, or Koh Trauey, is literally an island full of salt mines or salt fields. So unbeknownst to me, salt harvesting only happens at certain times of the year during the dry season. And what happens is they flood these fields with seawater and then they dry it out, and then they collect the salt and put them in these wooden warehouses. But yeah, no salt today. I probably should have hired a guide that knows a little bit more about this, but that's the one downside of renting your own moto. You have the freedom to go where you want, but then you don't have a built-in tour guide if you were to hire a tuk-tuk driver. In a good year, when the dry season is long, the provinces of Kep and Kampot produce all of the salt that's needed for Cambodia. However, with the recent changes in the climate, the rains have become unpredictable, resulting in a much lower harvest in the past couple years. And salt workers, they typically rotate through different laboring jobs depending on the season. With the recent boom in urban construction and new garment factories providing year-round secure employment, many salt laborers are abandoning their salt farms in search of more stable jobs, leaving the salt producers with a labor shortage. On top of that, the provinces along the coast like Kampot are coming under increasing pressure from construction companies, many of them Chinese, looking for prime real estate to develop their resorts, hotels, and casinos. So many of these salt farms that have been in the family for generations are beginning to disappear. The main reason I came down to Koh Trauey was not really to see the salt fields, even though they're really interesting. I was actually going to check out Coconut Beach, but along the way I couldn't help but notice how amazing the views out here were. And over here on the other side is just nothing but rice paddies. It's so beautiful, especially with the mountains off in the distance there. I believe, I'm not 100% sure, but I believe that is the Bako Mountains. It's just absolutely breathtaking to see this with your own eyes. Stumbled onto a little community art center and cafe. Bên này khá. Miên xa cả lọc tiết. Ra cả lọc ra lấy cái miên bia. Miên nó nong. Miên class đấy. Miên. Dầu muối đó. Dầu muối. Campuchia. Campuchia bạn. Ăn thơm hộp.
เพลงบัตรทัวร์ศิลปะ
Right.
ព្រោះឯម្ចាស់គាត់ទៅក្រៅគាត់ទៅផ្សារ
Oh, okay.
ហើយអញ្ចឹងខ្ញុំមកជួយធ្វើគាត់ទៅយើងបានបទពិសោធន៍ផងបានលុយផងការងារយើងធ្វើហ្មង
Okay.
តែមើលទៅគាត់យ៉ាងស្រួលគាត់ចិត្តល្អ គាត់ជួយក្មេងៗឬមួយក៏ក្មេងកំព្រាក្មេងអីហ្នឹងគាត់ចូលមកបរៀនមកបង្ហាត់ឲ្យមានថាសនាដៃមួយដែលល្អ
At first, I thought this Fish Island Community Arts Center was just a place where locals made some art and sold it to tourists like me. And from the outside, it looks like any other roadside cafe here in Cambodia. But there's a whole lot more to it. Okay, so I just learned that this Koh is not Trauey Koh. Trauey Koh, which means like dead end. So the Fish Island Community Arts Center is the brainchild of Kek Soon, which is the lady that I'm chatting with. And she's working in conjunction with KAMA, which is the Kampot Arts and Music Association. And what they're doing here is providing education to the extremely impoverished children of the salt farms and the orphans that live around here. And they're not just teaching these kids English, they're also teaching them life skills so that they can be self-sufficient when they grow up. They're providing creative workshops where the kids can learn about art and music. They're also teaching cooking classes, which I found really interesting. And we're not talking about regular home-style cooking. They're actually learning how to make restaurant-quality food here. And had I known this, I would have ordered something to eat. I kind of feel like I missed an opportunity here. But I had my mind set on Coconut Beach, and there was an impending storm on its way, so I had to make haste and say goodbye to my friends here. But I highly suggest to anyone that's in Kampot, you definitely have to go check out the Fish Island Community Arts Center. Stop by, have a drink, maybe a meal, and see what they're all about. Because definitely for sure, next time I visit Cambodia, I'm going to spend more time here and maybe even stay the night here, because apparently you can actually stay over. They have rooms that you can rent as well. But anyway, it was really nice meeting Kek Soon and learning about the Fish Island Community Arts Center. It might have been the highlight of my time here in Kampot. And I also met a couple travelers here from Australia.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, I made a new friend here, Wendy. Wendy is from Susday from Brisbane, Australia, and her partner, what was his name again? Leo, that's right. Leo is, I learned that he's a Starship Trooper fan.
Isn't everyone these days?
Everybody is. So the final leg of my journey is taking me to the southernmost tip of Koh Trauey or Koh Trauey, however you want to say it, over some really rough terrain. It was very sketchy here. I didn't think I was going to make it, but eventually I did. Okay, I've arrived at Coconut Beach. Wow, it's actually pretty nice out here, quiet. This area is gated. The gentleman that takes care of us let me in. So over there is to the left is Skip and Cotton Sai, Rabbit Island. Oh. នៅនេះគេធ្វើបោះតង់បានណា Okay, so this is like a camping site. You can camp here if you want. Oh. Nah. Very peaceful out here. Not as pristine as some of the beaches I've been to, but it's yeah, it's got this kind of remoteness to it. It goes out about 50 meters beach, but the tide's up. Okay, I know what you guys are thinking. This is one shitty ass beach, but this is one of the few beaches that are actually connected to the mainland, and the pictures on Google looked nothing like this. There was a lot less debris, and the beach in general just looked nicer. Maybe I came at the wrong time, who knows. But yeah, the drive here was pretty scenic. I enjoyed it a lot. It wasn't too difficult of a drive on a moto, except for the last kilometer or so, but yeah, all right, there we go. You've seen it. Coconut Beach. Let's head back into the city. All right, I want to introduce some friends here. We have Gail.
Hi.
Gail lives here in Kampot. She's having a huge
Big carpaccio.
plate of meat. And then we have Joe.
You can't tell.
Joe is from the Instagram, the Telegram group chat. Cambodian Coffee Club. I'm having a fancy Italian dinner with the two here. We're in Cambodia. Yeah, it's a very local Italian dinner. Actually, the owners are Italian, from what I understand. And Joe, what are you having there?
So I've got tagliatelle arrabbiata, and my pronunciation is terrible.
And then I'm having the ravioli arrabbiata. Arrabbiata?
Arrabbiata.
Arabia.
Gail's having a carpaccio.
Carpaccio.
So here I am in Cambodia having Italian cuisine. It's okay. So this restaurant name is Max Bar and Kitchen, and all of their pasta is handmade. As I mentioned earlier, the owner is Italian, and this is probably the most authentic Italian food you're gonna get in Kampot. But I know what you're thinking. You're in Cambodia, why not eat Cambodian food? Well, all up and down this riverfront, there's a huge variety of really great restaurants here. Everything from obviously Italian to American, Japanese, and there's a history of Chinese influence in the area as well. So there's some really great Chinese cuisine. And obviously there's plenty of Cambodian street food and high-end Cambodian restaurants as well. But this is what the ladies wanted, which, by the way, I know Joe from this Telegram group that I'm a part of. It actually broke off from Campbell Vlogs group. And there's only a handful of us. Most of them are expats that live in Cambodia. Some of the people there are just people like me that are interested in Cambodia. But if you're interested in joining, all you gotta do is make a donation to my beer fund. That way we can weed out any potential scammers or just idiots. But anyway, that is the end of the video. If you made it this far, you guys know what to do. Hit all the buttons. See you in the next one. Peace.